This is Beyond the News with host Dr. Larry Ward, produced and edited by the Lotus Institute.
Dr. Larry Ward here. Welcome to episode 8, Beyond the News, Imprints of Potential. Our imprints here are like seeds in the deep storehouse of our minds. It's as if our mind is a garden and these seeds, these imprints are planted in the field. Developing awareness, more awareness of these imprints and how they influence and grow and don't grow in us can change our thinking, our speech, and our behaviors. These imprints or seeds can rise up from below the surface of our daily mind, yet influencing our daily mind, especially under stress, chaos, or fear, or the momentum of change. Any disruption of what we are comfortable with, that we have momentum with, and that we are used to, can stimulate the rising of an imprint. I'm thinking also that our imprints can rise when we experience joy or happiness or achievement. When an imprint arises to the surface of our minds, it may cause distress or celebration, confusion or clarity. Whatever arises as you recognize how you have been imprinted, please receive this awareness of self-knowledge as an affirmation of your whole existence. Not a judgment, not a condemnation, not a shaming, but a welcoming of self-knowledge of your own humanity. There is an infinite variety of imprints within our deep mind as human beings. When we think of them as seeds in the garden, the field of our mind, we can find seeds or imprints of suffering and pain and agony. We can also find seeds or imprints of potential of happiness, joy, peace. We can also find imprints of confusion and delusion and superficiality. But we also have potential for enlightenment, for deep understanding, love, and compassion. Some of these imprints, these seeds, were handed down by our ancestors, most of whom we do not know. Some of these imprints were sown in our minds when we were in the womb. Others were sown while we were children in our childhood experiences of growing up. Whether your seeds, your imprints were brought about by family or friends, society you lived in or live in, or your educational experiences, they are by nature both individual and collective. These imprints can be wholesome or not wholesome. They can lead to peace and happiness, or they can lead to fear and suffering. The quality of our life depends on our relationship to our imprinting. What we give acknowledgement to, what we give attention to, we know from neuroscience, grows. And so I want to share with you 4 tips that can help you interact skillfully with your imprints or your seeds. I want to start with, though, the fruit of your seeds. This is the first tip. Take a look at your life right now and see what beautiful and or wholesome fruit has arisen, blessing your life and blessing the lives of others with goodness. Take a moment and name what you can see in your own life right now. A beautiful fruit or fruits. The second tip is to look within yourself and see what imprints or seeds have not been given enough attention, need more attention. And just a little more attention can cause those imprints, those seeds, to begin to blossom, begin to bloom, and begin to produce beautiful fruit. You may have ignored your unrecognized goodness. This is a chance to claim it and bring it into the world in a fresh way. The third tip is to glance at your present life, notice the fruit from seeds or your imprints that have emerged that you rather not have present in your life right now. You do not wish to continue bearing this fruit, creating this outcome for yourself or for others near or far away. You no longer wish to be dominated by this imprint or swayed this way and that by this imprint. Learning how to give it, recognize it, but give it less attention in your daily life, and it will also diminish. It will go back into the garden and become part of the fertilizer that keeps your mind whole. The fourth tip is to recognize any potentials you have within yourself, your anger, your fear, your jealousy, your judgmental nature, your egocentrisms that haven't come up, that are not dominant in your life, and celebrate the fact that they're not. Acknowledge what is not dominant in your life that is unwholesome. Recognize your own goodness even when you don't recognize it. If you and I continue to explore the discovery of self-knowledge that the news can bring us by accident, we can discover amazing things about ourselves and not simply be carried away by the narrative and the rhetoric and the impact of the news we encounter, though we take it as it is. When we put these 4 tips into practice, my experience is my life has become fresher, more vital, more lively. I have more access to the whole field of Larry. And that gives me a kind of freedom that is rich in meaning and rewarding in my own energy of being alive.
This episode was made possible by the generous support from the Hemera Foundation and the Frederick P. Lenz Foundation. If you would like to support this podcast and other programs at the Lotus Institute, please visit our website at www.thelotusinstitute.org/donate. Thanks for listening.